Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you guys doing this amazing morning? Let me see if I popped open the button, girl. I think I did. Oh, yes. Can't be popping open with these kind of buttons, girl. All right, let's fix the girls. Good morning, y'all. All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am not going to put my arms up and pop my arms out and fly them out because that's not working. Not today. Not with these kind of buttons. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's see who we have in the room. Good morning, Tina. Grand Rising. Good morning, Linda. I am blessed. Yes, indeed. Good morning, Miss Deltra. Good morning, Betty Rose. She says she is blessed. Um, Betty Rose says, how's your week? How was everybody's weekend? Good morning, Tiffany. She's blessed and highly favored. I see you was doing a project this weekend. Good morning, Deltra. I said that already. Good morning, Naomi. Good morning. I'm awake, alive, and blessed. Yes. You look radiant today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I want to know how everybody's weekend is going, how everybody weekend went. And I want to say welcome everybody to Coffee with Nikki, your daily cup of information and inspiration. But how was your weekend? What did you do? Did you have an event? Did you relax? What did you do? This weekend for me was all about organization. It was all about getting my spirit together, getting it together. So this weekend I cleaned. Well, Sunday I cleaned from the time that I woke up until about, I want to say 7 o'clock. I was still cleaning, organizing, clearing out. I said it's time to purge, it's time to prune, and it is definitely that time. And so I needed that clarity. I opened up a lot of space. I got rid of a lot of things that were no longer serving me, things that I no longer needed, things that were just sitting there that I haven't used for years, things that have been expired. Got rid of all of that stuff because it no longer served me and it had to go. And so that's what this weekend was all about for me. Good morning, Michi. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It was a long weekend. My young adult baby girl got her first car. Oh, and then I worked at the 9 to 5 yesterday, so I'm exhausted. I know, I know, I know. Good morning, Chantel. Good morning. We are blessed. Yes, indeed. How was your event, Linda? Good morning, Miss Pascal. How are you doing this amazing morning? How old is she? I need to get my teen a car, but I'm nervous about it. I'm telling you, that is the uh, we didn't get our kids cars in high school. They have friends with cars in high school, but we did not get them cars in high school. They got their cars after for college. But I know I was nervous too. I'm a nervous parent. Uh-oh. Let me see. I done got myself up out of the chat. This weekend I was listening to Bishop Olds. Do you guys know who that is? You know the roller skating preacher, Bishop, the roller skating bishop. That's what he is. Do you guys know who he is? Do you follow him? Do you follow him? On my way to the kids' doctor's appointment, I'll catch the replay. Okay, but the book Miracle Morning. Thank you for the recommendations. I must read. Listen, absolutely. Is Patricia K in here? Because she's the one who gave the suggestion about the Miracle Morning. Oh my God, that book is amazing. I'm gonna listen to it on repeat. Like I'm gonna listen to it. I already listened to it in full, but I'm going to listen to it again, I think today, because it was so inspiring. And it was and I do realize that by listening, not by listening, by completing the ritual in the morning, I am able to get so much more done as opposed to not. This morning I wasn't on track because I was tired because I was cleaning all day yesterday, right? And so I wasn't on track. So I didn't do everything that I was supposed to do within, my morning from 5 to 8, right? And so I didn't get as much as accomplished as I did on Friday when I did it. So really, when you think that oh, that's going to take too much time, you have more time to get all those things done. And it was so good. So yeah, you guys, if you have not gotten the Miracle Morning yet by Hal Elrod, if you have not, please go and get that. It is available on Audible if you want to just listen to the book, or you could pick it up however you want to do it. But I'm telling you that is an awesome read. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I took the weekend to spend time with my family. Saturday, I had a wedding, and yesterday, an Easter event. Okay, I see you, Michi. Tiffany said my weekend was great. I attended Dave Wonk. Ooh, I like him. Um, a free masterclass. I started some home improvement projects and made some decisions on my company offerings and decided to take away and add some new things. Got you 22. She got a 2023. Okay. She saved her money and signed all her docs. All I did was negotiations. Oh, that was so nice. So nice. So nice. Went good. Give me that shirt now. You can have it. You want this shirt, Aaron? You can get it. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, man. Big cleaning out. A shop getting rid of stuff that I don't need so I could get new stuff to replace the old stuff, right? I saw a post on my local mom groups about Mother's Day masquerade and decided to ask if I could create a gift box. Oh, nice. For their giveaway. The organizer was so happy and I reached out. Good job. I love that. Way to show up. I absolutely love that. Absolutely, absolutely. So how many of you guys are familiar with the roller skating preacher? Damn it. The roller skating bishop. Sorry, excuse me. X that part out, right? The roller skating bishop. OMG. This Sunday was a word. This Sunday was a word. And good morning, Pam. Good morning. This Sunday was about discolored leaves. This Sunday was about the sucker plants. And as soon as he says suckers, I was like, oh, I'm on it because it's a garden analogy. I was like, yep, I'm already on that. I'm on it. Because I love me a good garden analogy. But I also want to say, when you think that God is not listening to you, believe that he is. Good morning, Kara. Good morning. When you think that God is not paying attention to you just because you don't see what's going on at the moment, know that God is working. Know that things are rumbling behind the scenes. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it's not happening. Remember, I'm saying this a lot, right? But I had said, I've been saying, how many times I've been saying, I want to organize. I got to organize. And I mean, I organize down. I cleaned out the supply room. I cleaned out the production space. I cleaned out the office space. Like, I cleaned out every single thing. And I didn't just surface clean. Like, I did a huge, deep cleansing. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, cousin. Good morning. I did a huge, deep cleaning, right? I was like, God, I know I need to clear this stuff out, and I know how I am, and I don't hate cleaning. I just don't enjoy it, right? And so I was like, just give me a cleaning spirit. I want to be able to clean and organize and get everything together. Just give me that. And so it didn't happen when I asked, right? Because I asked maybe a week or two ago. It didn't happen then. I woke up on Sunday and I had a fire lit up under me and I just went crazy. I did every single thing that I could. I cleaned behind everything, moving everything around, taking down furniture. Like, I was doing everything. And so when you think God is not listening, just know that God is listening. Just because you don't see it in that moment don't mean that it's not happening. And so, like I said, I did everything, and I did, usually you don't enjoy doing something, you find a reason to stop, right? I did not procrastinate about, doing what I had to do. I was on a mission and I seen it all the way through. So make sure that you guys, when you praying, just know God is in the works. And just because you don't see it, don't start changing up the prayer because you don't see what's happening. Don't start changing up your expectancy because you don't see it immediately. Just know that God is working behind the scenes. Just know that God is working in your favor. Yes, yes, and yes, y'all. Yes, yes, and yes. Let me know in the chat. I'm so rejuvenated when I do a deep clean. I'm telling you, when I tell you that how my outside looks is a reflection on my inside, is facts. It's facts. So I want you guys to make sure that you know that God is always, 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 always working on your behalf. And just because you don't see it, just know it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. And I'm not even going to say this yet. I'm going to just wait for it to play out. But when it play out, you best believe I'm gonna tell y'all all about it. I'm gonna tell you all about it. But just know the God we serve is an amazing God. And this is not to be churchy, but I'm just letting you know. Believe, believe. What does it harm? What does it hurt for you to believe? It doesn't hurt anything, right? Would you rather believe that good things are going to happen for you, or you just rather believe that negative things are always going to happen for you? Would you rather believe that somebody, something, not somebody, something? Let's see. Because God is God is everything. So I don't want to be like that, you know what I'm saying? Like what? But God is working. Just God is working for you, right? It's better to have hope than not. It's better to have hope than not, right? It's better to believe that somebody is working on my behalf where I can't see things happening, right? It's better to believe that than to be like all these bad things happen to me, and everybody else is the cause of these bad things happening to me. It's better to believe that, right? So what does it hurt for you to believe? Believe, y'all. Believe. That wasn't even a word for this morning, but I guess it just came. But I'm telling y'all, trust that things are happening. Trust that things are moving for you right now. Things are moving for you right now. Beautiful rising, grand rising, Patricia K, grand rising. Everything is in his timing. Yes, cousin. Yes, cousin. Yes. I didn't stop. My help bailed. And went to grandma's. They bailed out, right? Yep. I got it. Let me tell y'all something. It is so good. It is just feels so good to know that God is working on my behalf. It feels so good to know that great things are happening, right? Even in the midst of where you think you're in chaos right now, even in the midst of that, God is working, right? So I say all of that to say, Bishop Olds, let me tell you, he said, he was talking about discolored leaves. That spoke to me, right? Discolored leaves, right? And he said, stop making excuses for the useless. What? I said, wait a minute. What you say? Stop making excuses for the useless. And I'm not just saying just about people, right? But the useless things that we are doing in our day that has nothing to do with productivity, the useless things that we are doing that is not contributing to our business, right? These could be habits, these could be friends, this could be gossip, this could be time sucks, like this could be so many things. And I was like, this is so good on so many levels, right? Because it's not just people. You can say, yeah, people, da 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 da. Yeah, that's obvious. But sometimes the problem is not the people. The problem is us. The problem is what we choose to accept from somebody else. The problem is what we choose to believe about somebody else or about ourselves, right? The problem is within us. It's about our limiting beliefs. It's about what we're telling ourselves. It's about what we think that we can do. It's about where we saying this is our capacity right here, and when we can go 3, 4, 5 times past that, but we're saying this is it, this is all I'm willing to go, right? So sometimes it's not outside sources that's the problem. Sometimes it's just us. And so it could be like I said, it could be our habits, it could be things that we're doing. We could be going down a wrong dead end street, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many things that it could be, and we need to start really reflecting and looking at those things, because it's not just other people, right? It's not because God don't want you to have great things, right? It's because of what you believe, right? So you have to make sure that you stop making excuses for the useless things that you're doing in your life right now that has nothing to do with you being a successful business person, and get those things up out of your life, because they are not serving you. Yes, and yes. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the chat. He is definitely moving in my life as well. I found myself hitting my happy ceiling. I think I said it right from one of the books we read. Okay. And I felt myself beginning to self-sabotage. I had to reel it in. Shh, don't you let it. Don't you let it. Don't you let it. Yes, and yes, y'all. Yes, and yes. And before I go into what Bishop O's was saying. I want to also say I was inspired this morning, this Saturday, I took Senya's class. So you guys know Senya from Girlpreneur. She was a guest on the show, but she was also teaching a class for BCMC, and that's the Black Candle Makers Club. And if anybody is in the room and you are candle makers, you guys really need to join the Black Candle Makers Club, because they have everything that you need, all kinds of resources, all kinds of information and classes for you guys to create better candles, to grow a better business, and all of that. Every single thing that you need for making candles is going to be over there at the Black Candle Makers Club. But I took a class with them this weekend, and so Senya was talking, and she has said, I always love, when she's teaching. I always love when she comes around, because she always gives good information. She said that this was a type of social media. This is a social media tactic I should try, right? And I was like, oh, let me see. And so she was like, there was a person going around asking people how they felt about this product. And so I forgot the brand. And so she was spraying the perfume on people at the beach and asking what they thought. And people were actually giving their opinion about what they thought about the perfume, which was giving social proof, which was giving she didn't go out and prep them beforehand, right? She just went out there and got their real life reactions to the scent, right? And so that inspired me to say, you know what, I should, and she was saying, you guys, you should implement that into your social media strategy, because that's real life social proof, and people believe what they see. You know what I'm saying? So they believe, if more than one person says something, they're like, oh, well, maybe it's true, right? And so she was like, yeah, you could try to, implement that, maybe go around and take your candles to certain places and do, and I was like, oh, go to Target and take it, ask people what they think about this scent or whatever. And I was like, you know what? I could do that with my brush soap. I said I should go to all the makeup counters and start asking people, how often do they clean their makeup brushes? And, do you clean your makeup brushes after every use? Or, just things like that. And ask them, give them, like, take maybe 10 soaps out. This is my thought process. Maybe take 10 soaps out with me, go to the makeup counter, start asking people, a few questions, and ask them to try the soap. And if they try, when they try the soap, send me back their thoughts. They, make some kind of agreement or whatever. But they try my soap so that I could get their real life reaction. So then I could tie the when I bumped into them at the makeup counter to when they actually tried the product and them loving the product, and then tie that together and get the nice, get the review, right? Because that will bring social proof. Not only did I go up to you and ask you questions, but I actually gave you the gift. I gave you the gift. I gave you the soap for you to try, and then you love it, or you know what I'm saying, and you give me your thoughts. And so I was like, oh, that's so awesome. That's a great idea. And I'm saying for all of you guys to try that as well. If you are somewhere, you want somebody to try your body butter, you want somebody to try your candle or whatever, you could start, I don't know, I just come up with something creative, right? And just get the social proof, right? But that inspired me to buy a tiny mic. So I was like, oh, it'd be cute if I have a little tiny mic and I'm interviewing people like that. So I purchased a tiny mic this weekend because Senya said, the social proof experiment. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give me a little tiny mic, and I'm going to hit the road, and I'm going to ask people questions. So that was an idea that came from the class this weekend. So it was really, really good. And I absolutely loved it. And I'm going to be doing it pretty soon. My mic should be here tomorrow, I think. And I'm hitting the streets, y'all. I'm going out in the streets, and I'm asking everybody, what do you do about your makeup brushes? I'm going to the makeup counters. I got to go to Ulta anyway. And I'm going to go in there and ask questions. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to have it connected, and I'm going to tape it. I'm excited about that. Love that idea. Hey, good morning, Jasmine. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's start popping in for a second. I'm glad you're here. I am glad you're here. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Lois. Good morning. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. So you guys get your social proof, okay? People are going to, you can't just continue to just show your products, right? You want people to say, to get their feedback on your products, right? So that's showing you your reviews. Maybe your customers will give you a video testimonial, but you want to make sure that you're showing social proof on your social media. So even on your website as well, because people will say, oh, other people are trying it, so I should try it too. Yes, yes, and yes, y'all. Yes, yes, and yes. Love this. I might do this. Sounds fun. Yes, please do it. When you do it, tag Senya and tag me. She said, she said any of the strategies that I share with you guys, if you do it, please tag me, because I would love to see, you actually implementing it. And so tag me and let me know, and tag Senya from Girlpreneur Essentials as well, because I thought it was genius. They needed by brushes is right. Never been this clean. Your brush. I need your testimonial, Jasmine. They needed my brushes and sponges have never been this clean. I need your testimonial. I need you to give me a video review so I can post it. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, I need you. I need you, girl. I need you. If anybody tried my brush soap or anybody tried any of my products, please give me a video testimonial. I would love to post you guys. I would love to post you. Today I posted Deltra, actually, because Deltra did her morning routine. I had to cut it down so I could make it into like I was trying to make it 15 seconds, but I still couldn't do 15 seconds because it was a lot of good stuff in the video. So I think it don't matter what time I did, but I did cut it down so that I could have it into a little bite-sized chunk. But I did feature Deltra this morning. It's coming. Oh yes, come on, Jasmine. Yes, give me the good testimonial. And then I need to, when you get your website together, because I know you're working on it. I need to give you my feedback from working with you as well. So I want to extend that to everybody. If you purchase from anybody here in the BBU tribe, please leave testimonials, because these are things that we need for our business to grow, right? So let's get it together. Let's get it together. So let's talk about Bishop O's. Okay, so he was saying that God is pushing people out of your life, and And what we doing is they go and we're like, come back, or they go and then we're like lost in the sauce, and it's like, don't be lost in the sauce. Rejoice in the fact that God removed them out of your life, because they're not meant to go with you to the next level. They're not meant to go wherever you're going right now. They were only there to bless you for a season. They're not here to stay. Right? And so you gotta bless them and go on. About to have breakfast. Oh yes. When you come back, cousin? About to have breakfast with my mom before heading to the airport. Love y'all. Have a great day. Love you too, cousin. Love you, love you, love you. And safe travels. Safe travels. Good morning, Yolanda. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So we need to be, I used to be upset about losing friendships and things like that. And until yesterday, it really just like hit me. Yesterday was like when he said, you need to be thanking God that he removed these people out of your life. And it's like, you know what? I didn't even think about it. Why? Because I want to have my feelings about it, right? I want to say, oh, that person did me wrong, or this person did this, or this person did, and they should feel this and they should feel that, as opposed to giving a blessing and saying, thank you for doing that for me. Thank you for freeing that up for me. Thank you for me having clarity. Thank you, God, for removing that thing or person out of my life. Because though I didn't see what was going to happen, you seen it before I seen it. So I want to thank you for blessing me with that. Right? I want to thank you for blessing me with them leaving. I want to thank you for blessing me before something got out of control. And even it could have gotten out of control. You know what I'm saying? But thank you so much for blessing me with that fact. And so with that, I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a word. Like, I was like, and I need to say that this morning. And I was really going to go in another direction this morning, but I was like, you know what? I really need to talk about Bishop Old's sermon, because that was so good, right? Because we need to do this within ourselves, right? We need to do this. Good morning, Trina. Good morning, sis. Good morning. Thank you, God, for clarity. Yes, won't he do it all the time? Yes, he will do it every time. Yes. Praying for traveling grace, Trees. Amen. Yes, yes, and yes. And so what he says is, God, you don't have the strength to move these people out your life. So God is going to do it for you. Okay. You don't have the strength. You trying to be nice. You trying to say, oh, it's not that bad. Oh, they're not so bad. Oh, I could deal with this. Oh, I'll take it a little bit longer. Oh, I could wait. No. And God is like, excuse me, get them out now. Oh, you don't want to move them? I'm going to move them. So gotta disturb you. Gotta disturb you, gotta disrupt everything that you thought was about to happen with whatever, and say, no, that's not happening. That's not happening. And when you see that happen, and you know that God is disrupting your life for a second, it may hurt. It may make you pause, but just know it's for your greater good. And it may be for it, and I'm not going to say it's not for their greater good, right? Because if God is working for everybody's behalf, then he's got to be working on their behalf too. And this may be some things that they got to work on. This may be some things that I got to work on. I may be the discolored leaf for somebody. You know what I'm saying? You may be somebody's discolored leaf. But the thing is that we need to be growing, and we can't grow if we are staying stuck. We can't grow. We don't stay stuck on a season. There's never been two of any seasons. We always move on to the next season. There is never a two summers, a two winters, a two falls. We don't get that. Every season has its time. And with every time comes change. And so we have to learn to adapt, and we have to learn to let go, because that's what the seasons are all about, right? Put ones in the chat if you feel me. Put ones in the chat if you feel me. Put twos if you like. Nikki, what are you talking about? Put a one in the chat if you feel me. Put a two if you don't know what I'm talking about. Not everyone will grow with you. We outgrow friendships, relationships, and that's okay. Yes. And we even outgrow ourselves. Okay. So let's not even put it on anybody else, right? We outgrow ourselves. We outgrow our ways of thinking. We outgrow, our capacity. Sometimes we have to go we have to go above and beyond that, right? Because if we want to grow, we have to go to the next level. We can't get to the next level without doing the necessary work, right? Sometimes we outgrow us. Right? You can't operate the same way you operated when you first started, when you start growing. You can't do the same things that you used to do when you start growing. Like I say every time, you know better, you do better, right? Because when you know better, you can't continue to keep doing the wrong thing. You won't continue to allow the wrong types of people in your life. You won't continue to allow the wrong types of habits into your life when you know better, right? When you know better, you're not going to do that. And so sometimes we do outgrow ourselves, and it's okay. But life is all about growth. Again, everything is going to be ever changing, ever growing. It's always evolving. So when our seasons change, things are going to change with it. And we have to be accepting of that. And instead of us saying, oh, poor me, and oh, I can't, and oh, I won't, why don't we just say, oh, thank you for this moment. Thank you for this time, because I am so blessed that I am actually moving and growing. Yes, I'm uncomfortable, but this is, I know something is happening. Right? I know things are rumbling and shaking, but something is happening. Something is happening. Something for my good is happening. Right? Good morning, Georgetta. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, that's a full word. We outgrow ourselves. Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's not just an outside thing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's us. Sometimes it's us. And I also wrote, he said something about suckers. Suckers. Anybody in the room, put a hand up or say me. Have you ever grown tomato plants? Let me know. I'm a tomato pro. No, I'm just joking. But let me not say that, because then my tomatoes don't grow this year, right? I know that I can grow tomatoes. One thing I know, I can't do lettuce, but I can for sure do tomatoes. How many of you in here have grown tomato plants? Say me or no. Me, yes, hand or no. Grown tomato plants. The bats be trying to get them. Ooh, no. Jules, y'all got bats out there? I know we got bats out here, but hit the like button. Thank you so much, Michi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hit the like button to help support Nikki, please, and thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, yes, and yes. No, my thumb is extremely black. That's what I used to think, but it's a cycle. You got to learn. You have to learn. You got to grow your own stuff. You got to grow your own stuff. But I used to think that too. But I was able to start. I did have a friend who helped, and I will help as as much as I can if you want to try to grow something. And you could get stuff that's from the freaking Home Depot or Lowe's, and you could get those and you could grow those, um, because they already started. But if you are experienced with growing tomato plants, no, I wish. If you are experienced with growing tomato plants, they have these things on them and they're called suckers, right? And the suckers are not going to produce fruit. They're never going to produce fruit, right? I tried to grow tomatoes, but the hailstorm a few years ago destroyed my tomato plant. And another time it didn't grow tomatoes at all. I will try again one day. Try again this year. Try again this year. You could go to Home Depot and Lowe's and you could get those tomato plants. Sometimes they already have the flowers and the little buds on them already, and you can start that way. All you got to do is worry about watering them and pruning them. But they get these little suckers on the plant, right? Now the suckers don't produce fruit, but it draws energy and nutrients away from the main stems that are going to produce fruit, right? And so it distracts and it takes away the nutrients. People, you distracts, take away from the nutrients from the main stem that is going to produce fruit. Okay. And so it was saying that you need to cut the suckers off of your plants. And the reason why you need to cut the suckers off of your plants is not going to harm the plants by cutting them off. They grow in between, like these are the main vines that'll grow right in between there, right? And so you have to cut those off. And the reason why you cut them off is so that all of the energy can go to where it's going to produce fruit. How many of us are doing things and we're going off where the suckers are, and is not doing anything that is going to help us produce fruit or reach our results or achieve our goals, right? It's not going to help do any of that, but it's distracting and taking your energy and taking your mind away from the main goal. And so I was like, you know what, that is so good. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many activities and things that we're doing are producing sucker plants? Right? What are we doing that is not working anymore in our business or in our relationships or in our personal development, that is not no longer serving us, but it's taking away, it's draining our energy. It's draining your energy. Maybe it's talking on the phone and gossiping for hours or whatever. Maybe it's you doing work that's not going to help anything right now. Like maybe it's just time suck work that ain't helping. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's activities that are no longer serving your business anymore, or just activities that's not serving you anymore, right? Maybe you need to be doing self-improvement. Maybe you want to be doing self-improvement, but you spending all your time out at, you know, spending outside all the time out your girlfriend's house. You over here at the club, you over here at the bar. You're so distracted that you can't even focus, and it's taking all of your energy away from what's going to produce fruit. And so if you can't see those things that are not going to produce fruit, then you're going to continuously be drained, and you're going to uh, you're going to be sorry, my phone rang. You're going to be feeding parts of the plant that are not going to produce fruits, right? You're going to be producing that, and that is not what you want, right? And so when you do have suckers on your tomato plant, or when you do have suckers on yourself, you need to cut them off. You need to prune those off. And so that, to me, I was like, that was absolutely amazing. I was like, I absolutely love that analogy because it's absolutely true. And again, you could use that in the garden, but you could use that in life. You could use that with your relationships. You could use that in your business. So let's focus more on the things that are going to bring forth fruit, and so that we can provide, or you could give all the nutrients to the main stems, as opposed to evenly distributing it to all of it. And most, that it'll go to the suckers. And it's not saying that the suckers are going to kill the plant, because having suckers on the plant is not going to kill it, but it is going to slow down the process of that tomato produced, or the stem producing fruit. Right? So it's not a harmful thing, right? Some things you think you're doing is not harmful, right? And it's not hurting anybody. It's not, it's not doing anything wrong, but it's distracting you from your purpose. It's distracting you from your goals. It's distracting you from being productive. Yes, yes, and yes. So we need to eliminate the suckers. So put that in the chat. Eliminate suckers. Eliminate suckers. Eliminate suckers. Put it in the chat. Why I felt that in my spirit. Cut the energy draining suckers off. Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you could envision it, you know what I'm saying? If you see it, you're like, it's right there. I could see it. Let me just cut that off. We know it's growing, right? Because if I go outside into the garden and I stop and my tomatoes start growing and I can see the little buds of the suckers growing, right? And I don't do anything and they'll keep growing and they'll keep growing and they'll keep growing and they'll keep growing until I actually do it. They're not going to just fall off by themselves. I need to prune them. And so how many things are we doing that is creating a bigger habit? You know what I'm saying? It started out small, then it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going, and it's continuing to grow. And it's not going to stop unless you cut it off. So we need to do that with everything that's going on in our lives. We need to start pruning those things that are draining our energy. We need to start pruning those things that are not going to provide nutrients to the main stems that are going to produce the fruit. So let's eliminate suckers. Eliminate suckers. Let me see. I get so thrown off when I get a text or my phone rings. I'm like, but eliminate the suckers. Yes, eliminate the poor habits, eliminate, time sucks that are not helping your business. Eliminate all of that because it's not going to help produce fruit. And let's focus more on the things that are going to produce the fruit so that we can continue to grow and we can continue to flourish. Yes, yes, and yes. Everybody put yes, yes, and yes in the chat. Yes, yes, and yes in the chat. And then another thing that he said, put yes, yes, and yes in the chat. He was talking about discolored leaves, right? And I liken discolored leaves to fall, or I also liken discolored leaves to, let's go back to the tomato plant. You'll have green, beautiful leaves, but they'll start to change colors and they'll start getting yellow, or sometimes maybe they'll have some spots on them or whatever. But when you have those things, you need to cut them off, right? Now, there's a difference between the tomato plant leaves turning yellow, right? Or changing colors, and the fall leaves changing, right? Because the leaves that are changing in the fall they're changing because they're about to fall off, right? The leaves that are on your that's discolored on your tomato plant, that's something that you have to prune off, right? So there's a difference. There's something that you're going to actively do and something that's going to naturally fall away. Y'all hear me? There's something that you're going to actively have to prune, and there's some things that are going to naturally fall away. Do y'all get that? Do y'all get that? That's what your habits, that's what your surroundings, that's what your friends, that's your friend circles, that everything. Everything. Some things you're going to have to just snip it off, and it's gotta go, right? But some things like the fall leaves, which are absolutely beautiful. I love when we see the changing of the leaves in fall. I absolutely love that. The leaves turn such beautiful colors, right? They're so beautiful, but they are going to fall. But if you look at it, and the way Bishop O's was saying it, he was saying that when the leaves start changing colors, the people's true colors are starting to show. When the leaves start changing, right? Instead of think of it of, the leaves are changing, they're gonna fall off. No, you're looking at it as people will actually show their true colors, right? And they're going to show these true colors until they fall off, right? Because they can't stay. They gotta go. The leaves have to fall off because there's no way, winter's coming, the leaves have to fall. And when the leaves do fall, they're going to get dry and crumbled and they're going to be on the ground, right? They're not going to come back to life. They're not going to come back to life. Those leaves are dead and gone. They can perhaps help the soil, right? Because they will help the soil, but they will never come back. And that is some of the things that can happen with Your friendships, that's some of the things that can happen in business. That's some of the things that happen in personal developments. There's some things that have to fall away. They have to fall off the tree or fall off the branch and die. Right? They have to. Everything is not meant to stay. Everything is not meant to stay. So if the leaves are changing and people are starting to show their true colors, and God is like, the leaves are changing, fall's coming, uh, the leaves are changing, winter's coming, the leaves are changing, the leaves can't stay in the winter, they gotta go, and you not letting them go. So God is like, winter's here, they falling off. If you ready for them to go or not, they gotta go. How many of you understand what I'm saying? How many of you understand what I'm saying? When the leaves start to change, it's a warning, right? The leaves don't just fall off when the leaves don't just fall off the tree when the leaves are green. They go through changes, right? You see, there goes the orange, there goes the red, the yellow, the orange. It changes. God is like, I gave you warnings. I gave you, good morning, Patricia. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I gave you warnings. I let you know that winter is coming. I let you know that these leaves are about to fall. I let you know that they can't stay. They're changing. And yes, the colors are beautiful. Yes, that looks amazing, but they're going to fall off. And if you don't cut them off, I'm going to take them off because they got to go, because winter's coming. Winter is coming. And so I want to say that to you guys, that God is going to remove some things. Things are going to change. Things are going to change. Maybe it's the leaves in yourself. Maybe your leaves are changing. Right? Maybe you're shedding your old skin. Maybe you are evolving into the new you, because everybody should be evolving into the dope person that they are going to be for 2023, or the dope person that you are becoming right here, right now, right? There's some things that you're going to have to shed. There's some things you're going to have to let go because they cannot stay. They have to go. And so if you feel your leaves changing, or I'm not even going to talk about anybody else. I'm going to talk about personally, right? You feel your leaves changing. You know that you're evolving, but you know that those old habits are no longer going to serve you, right? They no longer can go into that next season with you. And so you got to let them go. They have to fall off. They have to be dead and gone to you, right? You can no longer be that person that put up with crap. You can no longer be that person that is going to procrastinate throughout your day. You can no longer be that person who is not paying attention to your business. You can no longer be that person who is going to just do those things that are not going to serve you. You can't be that person anymore. You have to let go. God is giving you the warning signals, like that's not going with you next time. That can't come with you this time. That's got to go. Wake up. What are we doing? Let it go. Because if you don't let it go, I'm going to let it go for you. And it could go one or two ways, right? You could willingly do it, or I could do it for you. How you want to do this, right? How you want to work this out. And so I want you guys to know that there's going to be some times where that is going to happen. So you're going to have to let go of the discolored leaves, because the discolored leaves are not going to serve you, right? He said, stop making excuses for the useless. I said, what? Stop making excuses for the useless. I was like, I was going to stop cleaning so I could create a Canva post, so a reel or something, so I could put that up immediately. But he preached down yesterday. He preached down yesterday. They have to go. They have to go. I get it. It's chemical reactions and the makeup of the leaves are changing. Yes. Yes. It's changing. And so the people around you are changing, right? You starting to see certain things in certain people, and you like, I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that, but you're not willing to let them go. You're not willing to let them go because you're giving chances. You saying this person, may be good. Maybe they're going to change. Maybe they're going to do this. Maybe they're going to do that. And you still holding on, right? But things are changing. They're changing. The relationships are changing. Things are changing. And so it's like, okay, what else do you need? What else do you need? You know that the leaves are about to fall. You know that things are about to change. What else do you need? What else do you need me to do? Oh, so you're not going to let it go? Let me let it go for you. So we have to learn to let go of those things. Yes, 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 and yes. Stop making excuses for the useless. Stop making excuses for the useless. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. It could be things that you, like I said, let's not even look at anybody else. Let's look internally, right? What is no longer serving you? Gotta let it go. Gotta let go, right? And let me see what else I have here because I'm telling you. Um, okay. He also said, use the discoloration for your maturation, right? Use it for your maturation. He's going to use the leaves changing to mature you, to grow you, to help you be able to thrive, to help you to be able to be successful, to help you to accomplish the things that you say that you want. You want healthy relationships? I'm going to show you how to build healthy relationships. You can't build healthy relationships if you're immature. I'm going to mature you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to grow you so that you could serve up as the person, you could show up as the person that you want to be to whomever or to yourself. Right? I'm going to use that for you. And if you're not ready to let that go, God is going to bring the storms for you, right? Because what are storms going to do? Right? Whenever we have a storm, the storms are cleaning everything out the way. It's forcefully cleaning the things out the way. It's forcefully cleansing the things out of your way. Right? He is moving. He is moving. He is moving right now in everybody's life. You are moving right now in your life. And so these storms, they're not going to be here to stay. They're going to clean and remove things out of your life. If you're experiencing a storm right now, and I don't want to sound too preachy, but if you're experiencing a storm right now, just know that it's not going to stay. Storms pass, right? You just have to withstand the storm. And if the storm is going to cleanse everything out the way and move it out the way so that you can now grow. You now have everything pruned and off the leaves so that off the tree so that you can now grow. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, yes, and yes. The storm is going to take all that debris. It's going to take everything away with it. Yeah, it looks terrible. Yes, you had thunder and lightning. Yes, you had darkness. Yes, you had coldness. But the storm is going to come and it's going to cleanse that out of your spirit. It's going to cleanse it away from you because you are about to come through. You're about to hit your breakthrough. You are about to see some things that you've never seen in your life. Why? Because you're doing things differently. Why? Because God cleaned that off for you. Why? Because God pruned those things for you. Why? Because God let them leaves fall off. Why? Because that's how the things have to happen. Everything is not going to stay bad forever. You're not going to stay in the darkness forever. You're not going to stay in this spot. If you don't feel like your business is where you want it to be right now, that's okay. But this is a growth process, right? This is something that you have to grow through. You don't just get to the next level. You have to learn some things. I have to do some things. I have to make some things shake in order for these things to happen. I'm going to be changing, and I can't change if I'm not learning, and I have to be learning so I could be growing. And if I'm not growing, you know what I'm saying? So we got to be doing the work too. We have to be doing the work too. Got to move it, but we got to be doing the work too. Right? We have to put in the effort to be that better person. We have to put in the effort to do the things that we say that we want to accomplish. And it's going to be something that we have to learn. Again, you don't just put a seed in the ground and expect the fruit. You don't see the fruit in the seed, right? You don't see the possibility in a seed. You don't. A celery seed and a big celery stalk, you don't see the possibility of the celery in that tiny little seed. I don't see the celery in that tiny little seed, but I have faith that that seed is going to grow when I put it in the dirt. I have faith knowing that something is going to happen, that the fruit that's on the inside is going to come up. Yes, I have faith knowing that I'm going to put this in the ground and that the ground is going to cultivate the seed and the seed is going to start to produce. Yes. And so we have to also know that that's the same thing that's going to happen with us. And I say this a lot every morning is because mostly every morning is because I want you guys to know that it is a journey, right? And even if we're pruning because we willingly prune, or if the leaves are changing and they're going to fall off, either way, it's still going to help us in our growth season. right? And if these are still things that we have to do that is necessary in order for us to grow healthy fruit, healthy fruit that's going to produce more fruit. And it's the only way that that's going to happen, right? We'll have to do the work to cultivate that seed because it's going to come. We don't see it. We don't see it, but it's there, right? That's the same thing like when I started Coffee with Nikki this morning. I said that I want you guys to make sure that when you're asking for God, believe that it's when you're asking for God to do something, believe that it's going to happen, or believe what you ask for that is coming, right? Just because you don't see it, maybe you've been praying for it for maybe a year or two or whatever, right? If you've been praying for something for a long time and you still don't see it yet, that doesn't mean that it's not coming. You don't see the fruit in the little seed, but you do know that it's coming, right? I know that if you plant a fruit tree, that you're not going to produce fruit off that tree till like maybe 2 to 3 years, right? To produce the fruit off that tree. It doesn't mean that it's not growing. It doesn't mean that there's nothing happening. It just means that it's not going to produce fruit right then at this moment. There's some things that have to happen, right? There's some things that have to happen in nature in order for this thing to produce the fruit. And it's going to take some time. And I want you guys to feel okay with knowing that your growth is going to take some time. Your success is going to take some time. You're not going to see results immediately, but that is okay, because the part of the journey that's most rewarding is the journey itself, right? Not when you get to the point. I couldn't even think of the word. Not to when you reach your destination, but along the way, right? Because along the way is going to help you to grow and to see this is how this plant is going to grow. This is what I need to do for this plant. This is what I got to do for me to produce to harvest the fruit off this plant. I got to do some things. I got to do some work, right? And so just know that everything is going to take some time, and just know that you have it though, because if you have belief and faith that is going to happen for you, it is going to happen for you. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Let me put it in the chat, y'all. Put yes, yes, and yes in the chat. Yes, yes, and yes in the chat. And let me make sure I didn't forget anything off my paper. Nope, I think I said everything. Yep. I did it in time. I did it in time. Put yes, yes, and yes in the chat, you guys. So let me know what you thought about today's live. Put it in the chat while we got some time. If you are catching the replay, please like, comment, and subscribe, first of all, and then also put some comments below and let me know that you watched it on a replay and that you enjoyed watching Coffee with Nikki. And if you have anything that we said today that resonated with you and you think it could resonate with somebody else, please share this video out to them and let them know, come on over here because it's popping. And we are here every morning, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. Not every morning, but every weekday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I am your daily cup of information and inspiration. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Amazing and much needed. Okay. Thank you, sis. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes. Put the yes, yes, and yes in the chat, please. And thank you. Please and thank you. What else do I have for you guys? Oh, on Wednesday, I will be live with the fibroid pandemic. So remember, we were having the health talk. So if you want to know anything about fibroids, or if you're experiencing fibroids, if you know anybody that's experiencing fibroids, please direct them over to Bubble Babe's Instagram channel, because that's where we are going to go live. I'm going live with Latoya, and it's going to be awesome. And what else I got going on? What else I got going on? That's it. That's it. All right, you guys. So what I want to say, that is it. I think I'm good for the y'all. I did my whole thing. Usually, sometimes I have like pages, but I got everything together today. So I'm excited for that. So you guys, I just want you to take that away from today. Whatever you are praying for, whatever you are hoping for, whatever you are thinking about, just make sure that you are just being patient, because it's going to happen. Be patient, because it is going to happen. So thank you, everybody, for joining this morning. Oh, and we will be in LA. We'll be in California on April 20th for the BCMC conference. Sisters in the building. So please put it in the link to the flyer in the chat, please. And thank you, please, please, thank you. And that is it, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys have an amazing day. Make sure that you be patient with your prayers. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with your process, because things are going to happen. Just because you don't see it immediately doesn't mean that it's not happening. It's happening. And if it can happen for anybody else, and don't get discouraged because you don't see it happening quickly, because everybody's showing you their highlight reel. Don't get discouraged because of you seeing, oh, well, she was successful in a year and it's been 3 years and I'm not successful yet. Keep going. Keep on going. Don't let anything stop you. Just keep moving, keep growing. It's going to happen. As long as you keep moving towards that thing, something is going to have to happen for you. Yes, yes, and yes, it's going to happen. So do not get discouraged by comparing yourself to anybody else. Matter of fact, don't compare yourself to anybody else, because nobody else is on your journey. Nobody else is on your level. Nobody else has what you have. You have a unique gift that only you have. That's God's given that gift to you. That's the thing that he gave you. So you have it and nobody else have it. There's nobody on this earth that could be you. Absolutely nobody, right? Even if there's a clone, there's still some things missing, right? So nobody can be you, period. And just know that you have everything that you need. Just know that you are great and you can do anything that you set out to do, as long as you are willing to do the work. As long as you are willing to do the work, right? So with that being said, sis, I didn't see you put the link in the chat. Let me see. Good morning, Jazzy Faye. How's little Cinnabon doing? I'm sorry I'm late. It's okay. I know you're at work, girl. I know you're at work. Love the look in the background. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So I don't know if she's still in here. She might be in a meeting because she's at work too. Oh, she put it. Oh, I didn't see it. Okay. Let me see. Did the link not pop up? Because you know what, you guys, I'll put it in my story. So make sure you're following me, because I don't see it. The link didn't pop up. Let me see real fast. So if you are in the California or surrounding areas and you would like to come to the conference, I would love to meet you guys. Let me see. I'm trying to find it on the computer. One sec, y'all. Don't leave. Don't leave. Stay right there. Stay right there. Don't leave. Don't leave. Oh, I can't share it from here. Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Tell me if you guys can see that link. Can you see it? Put ones in the chat if you can see the link. Ones in the chat. 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 Oh, ones in the chat. Ones in the chat. Oh. Okay. So if you are in the California area, if you're on the West Coast and you want to come, join us. It's going to be great. 1617 is going to be there. Maxie is going to be there. General Wax. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. So make sure you guys click the link if you are interested in going. And I will definitely meet you guys there. I will be there. I can see the one from Nikki, but not the one from Jules. Yeah, because I was like, I didn't see the link go up. So, all right. So if you're in the area, click that. Or if you're willing to travel, maybe you get buddy passes and you want to come. Get the buddy pass and come on, join us. And Candle Delirium. Yes, 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 yes. And Candle Delirium have some beautiful luxury candles. They carry all the luxurious candle lines in their store. So it's going to be amazing. I'm excited. And so if you are there, you are not going to want to miss this. This is going to be something that if you are a candle maker, you are going to need this information. You're going to benefit from all of the knowledge that's going to be in the room. It's going to be some classes. It's going to be some information. It's going to be some connections. It's going to be dope. It's going to be dope. So yes. That's it. Yeah, I think it blocked it. But I put it up. So you guys, I will see you guys tomorrow morning for Coffee with Nikki, 9 a.m. Make sure you join me. Make sure you bring a friend. Bring a friend. Tell them to come join us. And if there's anything that you would like for me to discuss, you guys can always DM me and let me know if it's a topic that you want me to discuss, and we can go over it. Just so I'm not just talking about just random stuff. I want to talk about stuff that you want to hear about too. And let me know. So with that being said, you guys have an amazing day. I will see you guys on your stories, because you know I'm going to flood your stories. But you guys have an amazing day, and don't forget, make sure you keep the faith, because you don't know what's inside the seed until the seed starts to get, till the seed starts to grow. So make sure, hey Chris Marie, make sure that you guys have some faith. Have some faith. It's going to take you places. So you guys have an amazing day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.